So Nicholas has decided to give Jason Whitlock the wake-up call I've been waiting for conservative blacks to finally get. Nick Fuentes decided to, go on his usual race rant about black people in response to the Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony situation, which is still unfolding as the days go on. And, he went on a rant about black violence and blah, blah, blah. And Jason Whitlock then starts talking about how Nick Fuentes is a demon and all of this stuff and, condemning Nick Fuentes' racial comments. And I've seen the other one. What's the one? Officer Tatum condemning Nick Fuentes and being mad at Kanye for wearing a robe. Let's just put it like that. A yay robe. I'm sure you can imagine what kind of robe I'm talking about. Anyways, Fuentes and Whitlock get into a back and forth. And Fuentes just finally tells Jason Whitlock a simple and concise, he tells him a simple and concise message. He says, "You are a token." He just tells him outright, "You are a token. You are here to say things white people cannot say without losing their careers. Don't forget your place." He basically just puts Jason Whitlock in his place. And I've been waiting for a white conservative to do this. And I've seen black people getting mad at, what's the guy's name? Oh my God. Mark Lamont Hill. I saw black people getting mad at Mark Lamont Hill for retweeting it. And it's like, when will black people learn you can't get black conservatives to come back to the light? There's nothing you can say. White liberals can't even compel these people. They only listen to white people, and they won't even listen to white liberals. So it's going to take white conservatives saying, yo, you helped us get this far, and now we feel pretty comfortable. Now we're actually really powerful. And now we're going to tell you exactly how we feel. So we're going to watch the clip.
By the way, you are a token. Hey, Jason, you're a token. You are in conservative media as a black guy that can confer upon white people the dignity of not being called a racist for having their views. That's why you get paid. And that's why I don't, because I didn't have the privilege of being born black. I was born white, so there's a limit on what I can say. There's a limit on what I can say without being penalized in the so-called free marketplace of ideas. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows. And everybody's sick of it, especially in the conservative space, that blacks have had it easy.
I'm not gonna lie, the way he's saying blacks, he might as well just say it. He said it before. He said it many times before on his show. I've seen it multiple times. He might as well just say it. The way he said token, black, he might as well just launch it with the ER. He might as well just say it. He might as well just say it. He said it before multiple times. But he's spitting facts. When you're a black conservative and you're making conservative media, you have it easier. People will I feel like now conservative media has simmered to a point where it really doesn't matter what demographic you are. But back in the day, 2016, 2017, if you were a black conservative and you had even a little bit of charisma, you had a career. You had a career. And the reality is this individual here is correct about Whitlock. He's correct. Whitlock's job is to say things white people can't say and to get paid to do so. And if you are a white political commentator who is racist, you're going to have a harder time building a substantial career than a black conservative who also believes negative things about black people and other demographics. We saw what happened with Candace. Candace used to talk crazy about blacks for years, still does probably to this day. And the moment she decided to speak crazy about the Jewish community, her and Daily Wire were at odds. But it doesn't just end there. The reality is Candace Owens cannot speak ill of one final community, unlike anyone else. Unlike everyone else, Candace Owens has one final community she can never critique, and that is conservative white America. Candace Owens is by no means free. I believe that's what she tweeted out when she was fired. I'm free now. Stop. Calvin is still your master, okay? Benjamin might not be your master, but Calvin for damn sure still is your master. Don't in any way, shape, or form get ahead of yourself, Candace. Conservative white America still owns you. And if you ever critique them, your audience is gone, and you know it. Nick Fuentes is pointing out the truth about black conservatives. And the only way they're going to realize the shit that they're in is if conservative white Americans just tell them straight up, yo, you are a token. You're a token. And the reality is, black conservatives, for the most part, refuse to listen to black people, no matter what we say. Even black people like me, who are willing to talk about, you know, the gang violence and the urban violence in the black community, even I, right? Even someone like myself cannot get through to a black conservative. It's impossible. It's impossible. You can't get through. They will not listen. They'll never listen. At one point, I thought the only people they'll ever listen to is white liberals, but then they found a way to demonize a white liberal. Now I've realized the only people they will listen to is white conservatives. And even then, I don't really know how many it's going to take before black conservatives finally realize how in deep they're in. Because Fuentes has always been seen as evil and crazy, because he is. It's easy to brush off Fuentes, but how long until the rest of what Fuentes is saying becomes popular to say in right-wing media? Because all sorts of crazy things are becoming popular to say. It's now popular to deny. It's now popular to promote. It's now all the stuff Nick Fuentes was toiling away in the shadows doing is now normal on Twitter. Like, everyone's just doing it. The shit he used to have to fight tooth and nail to do is now it's like tutorial mode for being a far right winger. All of them do it now and they get away with it. I mean, it's their First Amendment right, but still, you get my point. There's no real significant pushback. It only stands to reason that if Fuentes could push the Overton window this far now, who's to say what else is going to become popular thanks to him? And he's going viral every other month on TikTok. It's only a matter of time before it becomes popular to speak this way to black people and to black conservatives, and for anti-black racism to become a staple of American culture again. People like Jason Whitlock honestly and truly need to understand that these people are not your friends. White conservatives aren't even white liberals' friends. It's like these people don't like you. They're using you. You give them not the dignity of not being called racist for having an opinion. You give them the lie of being able to say, well, I'm not racist. Look at this black guy who's willing to say all the crazy things I can't say, because people will actually treat the ideas as what they are. Racist. Now, one of my biggest issues is people don't treat black conservatives with the same scrutiny as white conservatives, and it gives them the ability to sneak these crazy ideas under the Overton window. And now here we are. Nick Fuentes becoming more popular now is not just Fuentes waking up every day and streaming. It's a combined effort of all of conservative media boiling up to this point where he is now becoming popular. And now everyone has to pay the price, not just Jewish folk, but black folk too. He's going on anti-black rants all week now, thanks to that stabbing. So Jason Whitlock and Tatum seem to think they can have their cake and eat it too. And it's not going to happen. It's not possible. It's not. A lot of white conservatives have been waiting for a Fuentes. They've been waiting for a popular white commentator who can say all the stuff they want to say. At some point, the black conservative is no longer going to be a marketable shtick. At some point, that shtick is going to die. At this point, I feel like it's dead. I feel like black conservatives, frankly, don't have that same media appeal that they used to have. They just don't. I'm not seeing it. As unfortunate as it is to have to be agreeing with Nick, he's right. Jason Whitlock, you are a token. You are not in any way, shape, or form indicative or emblematic of what the conservative movement actually wants deep down. They don't want to be led by a black person. Look at how much incompetence and buffoonery Donald Trump is able to get away with. You think a black man could get away with even 1/10? Look, they didn't even let Biden. They treat Biden like he's black. You would think, bro, the way they talk about Biden, you would think they would come after him. Like they talk about Biden like he's some black man who had the audacity to look a white man in the eyes in like 1870 or something. Like they talk about Biden like he's black. You can only imagine how they treat a real black man who even acted in any way, shape, or form close to Trump. It's about time black conservatives realized you are on your own. I don't believe in saving conservatives of color from what they've chosen. They've chosen to be POCs, as I say, pets of Caucasians. They've chosen to be the pets of Caucasians. And frankly, when characters like Nick Fuentes and others unleash on them, I enjoy it. I enjoy it, and I feel no need to speak up about it. It's just like the Vivek Ramaswamy stuff. When Ramaswamy was being attacked and Indians were being attacked, unfortunately, I'm like, bro, don't say anything. Don't try to stop it. This is a canon event that needs to happen. People, Vivek and company needs to see how these people really feel about them deep down. Because it seems like Vivek has bought into this nonsensical narrative that Curtis Yarvin is spreading of like this technocratic billionaire elite that's somehow biologically and spiritually superior to the rest of humanity, which we know is not true. It seems like Vivek perceives himself as being a part of that, and you're not. You are brown, and in America, white supremacy means white supremacy. It doesn't mean brown with a few $1 billion. It doesn't mean black with a few $1 million. It means white. White. Get it through your head. Now Vivek every other month is tweeting about how citizenship isn't just about race. It's like, dude, like, if you were liberal, you wouldn't have to be doing this. But now you're going to be spending the rest of your life trying to compel people to believe that citizenship is more than just race. You wouldn't have to do that if you were over here with us here on the left. You've chosen to cozy up to white nationalists, and then you're surprised in 2025 when they're starting to be far more open and upfront than ever. You helped them get to this point. I saw the clip of Ramaswamy saying, I don't understand. Where are the white supremacists? I don't see them. There's no white supremacy problem in America. And now look at you, every month begging them to see you as human and as an American. You deserve it. You deserve it. Jason Whitlock deserves it. I don't believe in protecting people of vulnerable demographics from conservative rage if they are conservative. I don't. I'm not protecting Candace Owens, Jason Whitlock, Tatum, none of them. I'm not. And there will come a point where white conservatives finally say, whew, finally we can stop talking to and interacting with these blacks privately, publicly, on the internet. Finally, we're done. That day will probably come. And when it does, I don't want to hear shit from any of these black conservatives. And it disappoints me and it saddens me to see black people saying stuff like, oh, you know, you're not gonna call this out? No, I'm not, bro. For what? What do I look like calling? That's why when Richard Spencer called Candace Owens black and dumb like a few months ago, I retweeted it. No shame at all. I don't give a, I'll say whatever I retweet whatever I want to retweet. I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about it because this is what needs to happen. White people that don't like blacks reminding black conservatives of their place is important. It's really important for minority groups to realize you're not welcome as an equal. You're welcome as a tool. You're welcome as a chess piece, but you're not welcome as an equal. And it is incredibly important to understand that only white conservatives can break the spell. I can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them nothing. The white liberals can't tell them nothing. They call them a condescending white liberal. You have a savior complex. God forbid you try to save these motherfuckers. God forbid you try to save them. Black folk can't save them. White liberal can't save them. White conservative for damn sure won't save them. So that's what it's going to take. Let these people, scrape their knee. They won't listen to anybody. They won't. They say we're on the Democratic plantation. Meanwhile, they literally worship and celebrate people who fought a civil war to maintain slavery plantations. But okay. Then they call the white liberals white saviors and condescending liberals. There's nothing anybody can say to these niggas, bro. Nothing. It might take this. It's gonna take this. So, frankly, I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. I think black conservatives need to realize this is the new era of conservative media. Characters like Fuentes and others are the future, and you cannot outrun this. The era of the black conservative is over. It is finished. It is done. They don't need you anymore. Trump is king. Conservatives don't follow the rule of law anymore, at least don't pretend to. Racism is cool now on Twitter. It's everywhere. Fuentes is unbanned. His audience on Rumble is massive. It's over. The era of the black conservative is over. The era of white conservatives pretending to enjoy being around you is over. Wake up, fool. Wake up. The conservative movement has never been for you. And you know it. Deep down, I think all black conservatives know that white conservatives are the ideological inheritors of the Confederacy. I think deep down they know. I just don't know what it's going to take for them to admit. But it is what it is. I don't know what to tell these people. I don't know what to tell black conservatives. It seems like there's nothing you can tell them. But, Whitlock is behind the times. This is the new era of conservative media. Brazen, blatant racism. Straight up. And you helped it happen. Y'all helped it happen. Y'all helped it happen by helping Trump win. You helped it happen by supporting Musk and by defending Musk to this day. You black conservatives have been the facilitators of your own career demise. And no one can save you because y'all don't listen.